Tell us, one of the things you talked about is being a Renaissance woman. Why do you describe yourself that way?
I'm an Annapolitan. I've lived here for more than 20 years. Marylander for life, and an event producer and video producer is sort of what I segued into in the last 20 or so years. Well, I'm in a coaching group, and I never really termed myself that until the people on we use Voxer, a walkie-talkie app, to talk to each other, and the people on my app would ask questions, and I would just chime in answers like, well, when I worked in the accounting office for 16 years, this is what I learned, or when I worked in events, doing a presidential inauguration, this is what I learned, or when I did publishing here and there. And finally they were all like, what have you not done? I was like, you don't look old enough to have done all of these things, but that's what I've talked about, like recreating myself every so many years.
Right.
I truly do feel like I'm a Renaissance woman. I have 3 degrees all in varying things that I know how they connect, but other people don't quite understand how they connect.
Tell us this most recent pivot. What happened? What inspired it?
Well, I've been working in the events industry for the last 25 or so years, and experienced a lot of death in my life, a lot of animal deaths, a lot of my grandparents. Being the event person in the family, I was always tasked to be the one, when they would hand the list to you at the funeral home, to, okay, give us all of this stuff within a week. It just always fell on me to do and to collect everything. So I started realizing that there was a real need within the end-of-life industry for something different than a funeral home.
Let's talk about mindset as a barrier for entrepreneurs. When you say that mindset is a barrier for entrepreneurs, what are you talking about there?
Well, like I said, I've been very involved in the spiritual community for 25 plus years, and consciousness is one of the underlying foundations to all of that. And realizing what makes you tick, what are the conversations in your head that drive you to do things. And I think most entrepreneurs don't realize it's almost like there's a formula to doing a business, but mindset is 80% of it. If you don't realize that it's your mindset and that you just need to kind of work through.
How you use spirituality to balance everything that's going on?
Well, I do things like journal every day, like a gratitude journal, or what we work on in the group I'm in is decision matrices. Like when you have a fear of rejection, you decide something new, and
right.
Decision matrix around that. Those are very spiritual, metaphysical beliefs. So those are some of the things I do.
All right, I want to talk real quick. I'm going to switch lanes completely and talk about using events for your business.
Events, can drive a lot of businesses. I worked for years in corporate events, and so was doing things for big companies that, of course, have annual conventions or quarterly meetings, fundraisers. It elevates the platform for the business in many ways, especially with sponsorship, but it also elevates if you have members.